Good afternoon. It's September 15th, 2020, and this is episode 15 of Rob Explains, your daily podcast discussing and explaining cool, random, and interesting things. I'm Rob. Thanks for joining me. Continuing our discussion about human evolution and anatomy, I wanted to bring up the topic of a lost bone found once again, the fabella. The fabella is a small bone that you may find in your knee, but if you ask your parents or your grandparents, they're far less likely to have this bone. And if you were able to talk to your great-grandparents or your great-great-grandparents, they're nearly likely not to have this bone in their knee. I mentioned in a previous episode that DNA is essentially a blueprint for a human, and that as long as you have the instructions there, that any attribute can show itself. Well, early in human evolution, back nearer to when we were related to great apes, the fabella, an extra bone in the knee, was very common. Nearly every example of early human ancestors, before we were even Homo sapien, would have had this. Scientists believe that the fabella played a role in knee mechanics, but as humans started to stand more upright and enlarge their calf muscles and their thigh muscles, that the fabella went the way of the dodo. However, in the last 100 years, we have seen 3 times more examples of humans being born with a fabella. Now, one of the facts of history that is easy to remember and to regurgitate is that the human body has 206 bones. When you're born, it's generally more like 226, but some of those bones fuse, and an adult has 206. But the truth is, a truly modern human, one born today in 2020, may have 208 bones, with an extra bone in their knee. In 1918, only 11% of people were born with a fabella. In 2020, that rate has climbed to 39%. If you were to go back further in history, you would find that the rate of fabellas is in fact way lower, nearing 0%, but in the low single digits. And it's likely that as we continue through time, we'll see more and more people with it. Now, scientists are baffled. They're not sure why the fabella is making a recurrence. Of course, truly modern humans, today's humans, are better fed, they have better health care, and are taking better care of themselves than any time in the history of humanity. So perhaps that is what's causing the recurrence. Or perhaps it's just a fluke of DNA. But if it truly serves no purpose, there's also the chance that the fabella will merely become the appendix of the skeleton, a vestigial part of us that may appear and may not, and really serves no purpose. And I say appendix because although scientists don't really understand the purpose of the fabella, they have linked it to increasing amounts of knee pain in humans. So those who have a fabella are likely to encounter more knee pain as they age, just like an appendix is only likely to cause you trouble. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Rob Explains. Look for new episodes daily wherever you listen to podcasts, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss an episode. Do you have a subject you'd like me to cover, or just looking for more Rob Explains? Find us online on all social media at Rob Explains. Got a comment, question, or query? Or did I get something wrong and you want to correct me? Shoot me an email, rob@robexplains.com. Or you can leave a comment down below. I'll check those right after the show goes live. And you can send me a message, anchor.fm/RobExplains/message. And in the form of a voicemail, I can actually include it in a future episode. Once again, thank you for joining me. Until next time, this is Rob. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great day.